Hi beautiful friends, and welcome back to my cozy little corner of YouTube. I am Nova and this is Nova Gnome Creations, and I am so happy that you decided to join me today. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Hopefully you've gotten a little bit of crochet time in or crafting time in, whatever your craft of poison is right now. Whether that's crochet or knit or something completely unrelated. And if by some craziness you're here and you're not a crafter, that would be so insane to me. But if you're not, hopefully you've gotten to take a little time to do whatever it is that's going to bring you some joy. Or if you're in a little bit of a crafting rut, hopefully you got to do something that brought you some joy, whether that was just sitting with a cup of coffee or a tea or whatever, watching TV, listening to music. I have been on a huge music kick. I have always been a huge music person. Like, music just speaks to my soul. It just, I'm just so thankful for music. Honestly, I just think it's like one of the best things in the world. And yeah, so I've been on a big music kick lately, making a lot of playlists, adding things to my playlists, just listening to music, sitting there singing along, or just like really getting into it. And I like a lot of different types of music. My favorite kinds of music are a bit heavier. I really like alternative music and like post-grunge rock, like heavier rock music, some metal. I like a lot of music. Like, I pretty much like stuff from every genre that you can think of. I literally do like stuff from every genre. So yeah, gets on tangent about music. But right now we're having a little bit of a crochet and chat. So if you would like to grab yourself a project, grab yourself a drink, curl up, maybe grab yourself a little snack, hang out for a little while. I am just going to be crocheting, using up the last of this little ball of yarn. I'm not going to tell you what I'm making because it is going to be part of something and I can't tell you what it is. But I wanted to tell you guys about my plans for this month. So it is April, and it is actually significantly into April now. It's still the beginning of it, but man, did the beginning of April really get away from me. So right now, anyways, I'm like kind of roughly keeping track of the stitches I'm doing, but I'm also just freehanding this. So like, the only reason I'm kind of roughly keeping track is to make sure that I'm increasing at kind of a steady rate. But if it's off by a stitch or two, it's okay. I'm working in the round. And it just really has to be like kind of generally increasing, evenly all the way around. But anyway, so my plans for this month are, first things first, Gnome of the Month is happening, of course. We have done Gnome of the Month every month for like a year and a half or something crazy. Isn't that so cool? And Community Spotlight, guys, has been going on for over a year now. It was part of my plans for not this December we just had, but like the December before that. I had been doing Community Spotlight as like a semi like regular thing, but it wasn't like a set every single Friday, like for sure type of thing. And it mostly started, I think, during the Christmas event. I was like, send in your stuff that you're doing and we can like all like share, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make Community Spotlight like a permanent Community Spotlight, like a permanent segment, and do it every week. And that was like kind of my goal for the next year. And like, we did it the whole year, every single Friday. There's like 66 Community Spotlight videos or something like that last time I checked. And that is just so cool to me. I love seeing, like, I don't know. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us for sticking with it. And, I don't know. I just think it's so cool with all the stuff we've done together. But anyway, community spot, or not community spotlight, Gnome of the Month this month. My plan, I'm not going to tell you like a whole lot about it, but it's going to be pretty cool because I am making a new mascot. Making a new channel mascot. So if you've been around a while, you may remember we made a channel mascot gnome, or I made a channel mascot gnome as one of the Gnome of the Months. And it is actually sitting, you're not going to really be able to see it, but it's right there at the edge of the screen. Right there. It's kind of sitting on top of stuff over there. Okay. Anyways, so we made this channel mascot gnome 1 year, my goodness, for community spot for Gnome of the Month. My goodness, I just can't like put together sentences right now. And it was a galaxy gnome. And the reason I did that was because the picture for my channel up until very recently has always been a galaxy themed gnome, and that's because I love galaxy stuff, like galaxy motifs, galaxy colors. That's like my favorite colors. I actually always joke that like my favorite color is galaxy because it's like sort of a color palette, I guess, you know. I like those colors of like purple and pink and blue, like all kind of swirling together, and I don't know, dark, rich, vibrant colors, you know. And I also just love planets and moons and just celestial stuff in general. It's something I just find really, really beautiful. But I made that and I am happy with it. I think it's cute. I think it came out cute. But I think it's time for a new mascot for the channel, because while it's cool, I don't think it's quite all worthy. I don't think it's quite big enough. Like, we have to do something really over the top, you know? We have to do something extra because it's the channel mascot. So all I'm going to tell you is I'm doing something big. It's going to be crazy, but I'm not going to give you any more details than that. It's got to be over the top. It's got to be crazy. But I'm not giving you any more details than that. So the way that Gnome of the Month works is, I just finished off that little scrap ball, by the way, so that's why I stopped crocheting. The way Gnome of the Month works is every last Saturday of the month, I come on here and we have our Gnome of the Month, like, celebration, parade, bash, whatever you want to call it. I show you guys the gnome I've been working on all month, but I haven't given you any updates. Like, I don't show it to you throughout the month. I literally tell you about it one time. And sometimes I tell you more about it. Sometimes I tell you like every single plan I have, maybe even down to the yarn. Sometimes I'm vague, like I'm being right now, because sometimes I like to surprise you guys and do something like without you really knowing what it's going to be. And that's one of those months this month. And then I come back on that last Saturday of the month and I show you guys what I did and I tell you all about it. You know, if I used a pattern, if I used, you know, specific yarns, if I made a pattern, if I made a tutorial, all that good junk. I tell you guys all about it. And the important part is you guys also send in your gnomes. So you are always welcome to send in your gnomes at any point during the month. You don't got to wait till the last Saturday. Actually, don't wait until the last Saturday. Try to get them to me by that last Friday, because that's going to be like to make sure they get into the video. If you send them to me on Gnome of the Month day, I probably already have the video ready and I'm editing it and getting it up to you guys. A lot of times I'll either finish that Friday night or Saturday morning. So if you send it to me on Saturday, there's a small chance it'll get into the video. Sometimes I wait until a little bit later on Saturday to post Gnome of the Month, just for any stragglers. But there's a good chance that you might miss it if you wait that late. But regardless, whenever you send it to me, even if you do send it to me Saturday, the day I make the Gnome of the Month video, it will always go into the next Gnome of the Month video. So that's why you can send them at any point. I just go through my email. I look for all the bold-faced, unopened Gnome of the Month emails that I've gotten, and I know that if they're in there and bold-faced and unopened, that I have not put them into a Gnome of the Month video yet. So it's really easy for me to keep that straight just because I don't open them and they're nice and, you know, bold-faced, unread. But the way that you do it is you just send me an email. My email is always in the description box of my videos, which is below this video. There'll be like a little spot where you can click to like view more, and it'll have, you know, any like pertinent info about the video. I have some links in there, some like, you know, playlist links and things like that. Yeah. But anyway, I have Nova Gnome Creations at gmail.com. That is my email in the description box. You send me an email at that email and you put Gnome of the Month in the subject line of your email. Make sure you put Gnome of the Month as the subject line of your email, because that's how I'm going to know that is for Gnome of the Month. That's how I'm going to find it when I make my Gnome of the Month video. Attach your pictures, and by the way, you can make as many gnomes as you want. You are not limited to one gnome, and you are also not limited in crochet or yarn related things. If you want to make a crochet or a knit or a loom knit or any type of fiber artsy thing, you are welcome to, but you are not limited to that. So say this month that you were diamond painting a gnome or cross stitching a gnome, you painted or drew or whatever crafty thing you were getting up to. If you made a gnome, feel free to send that in. It does not have to be crochet. Anyway, about it, attach those pictures. You can say anything you want in your email. You're not required to say something specific, but I do want you to put your name. Let me know what name to credit you as, because if you don't let me know what name to credit you as, I have to assume, and you know what they say about assumptions. I don't want to do them. I don't want to assume, because you may have a name on your email that is like your real life name, and maybe you don't go by your real life name on YouTube. And I don't want to credit you outing your name or something that you don't want shared. Or maybe you like to go by, you know, something specific. Maybe there's a lot of Ashleys, so you go by Ashley Lizard. Maybe, I don't know why lizard came to my mind, but I'm just saying, I don't know, you know, necessarily. I might know, but even if I do know, still put it in there, because it makes it easier for me when I'm putting together the video to not have to try to remember everybody's little nuances for what they go by and whatnot. And also, even if I know who you are, I don't necessarily think when I'm looking through my email, oh, hey, that's blah, 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 because it's my email, not like YouTube. You know what I mean? It's just easier if you let me know. But that's all you got to do. So that is what the plan is for Gnome of the Month this month. I'm hoping I can get it done in time. I am going to absolutely bust butt to get it done in time. But fingers crossed. Wish me luck. All right, so what else am I planning on doing this month? I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea. So I have a couple things that I'm participating in this month. And one thing that I would like to participate in, if I can get into it quick enough. So you guys might have heard of something called Hooker versus Hooker. It is a live stream kind of event that's been going on the last few months over on Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming and an Alaskan Crafter Jan's YouTube channels. I will link both of them down below. You should definitely go check them out if you have not already. But they are doing a like collaboration with the two of them, so it switches every month which channel the live streams are held on, where it's like a crochet off. They both participate in it, and then they also nominate like a podcaster, or they have people put in their names and they pick like a podcaster's name, and then they also have a subscriber, so a viewer, someone that doesn't make videos. Podcaster, person who makes videos on YouTube. Subscriber, person who watches and comments but doesn't make videos, just to clarify. And then they also pick somebody to pick a pattern, or not a pattern, a project, and they pick somebody to pick the colors that they have to use. And the subscriber, the podcaster, Jan, and Lala, which is Mad Mimi, all make whatever it is that they picked. So for example, let's say I was picking what you guys were going to make this month, and I said, you have to make, I don't know, you have to make a bag. And that was like, I could be specific. Oh, it needs to have straps. it has to have 2 straps and they need to be long enough to go over your shoulder. I don't know, things like that. And then the other person would pick the colors, and there's like 2 to 5 colors that they pick, and they can be like, okay, you are going to use green, red, pink, and blue. And then what is required is they can make any bag that they want. They can use a pattern, they can make it up free-handed, whatever, as long as it meets whatever the, you know, things were that I laid out or whoever laid out. And then they also have to use those colors. It can be any shade of those colors, can't be a variegated, but it could be any shade, it can be glitter yarn, whatever, but they can only use one of that color. So say, you know, for your green, do I have a green? No, I have a blue over here. Let's say for their blue, they picked this yarn. They could only use this blue. They can't use multiple shades of blue. And then that's what they do. They all make their thing, and then they come back at the end of the month. They come back on live stream and they show what they're making, and everybody votes in the comments to pick who the winner is for that month. It's super fun. Well, I'm not participating in this month, but you can always participate as like a viewer, just to make whatever, you know, following their guidelines that month, and send in a picture. And then they put together a little slideshow over on Jan's channel of like the people who have sent in stuff, as well as the people who are participating in, you know, the month's challenge, hooker versus hooker challenge. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to participate in this one. So this one, actually, I'm not going to tell you what this one is. You guys will have to go over to Jan's channel. Like I said, I'll have it linked in the description to get the details on it. I mean, you're gonna kind of know when I'm working on it what the details are, but you should still go and watch their channel. But regardless, very vaguely, let me tell you, I'll be making an amigurumi because that is the item that they're going to be making. You guys are going to see me making it. I'm going to be talking about it, so like I can't really keep that much secret. But I'm planning on making that using the colors that were chosen for their item this month. So I do have a little note here with the colors written down. I haven't decided what I'm making. I haven't picked yarn out yet for it or anything, but I thought it would be a nice little challenge to like pick out something and have to make it in these very specific colors and stuff. I just think it sounds fun. And then also I did go ahead and put myself on the list for the next time that they're drawing people to possibly end up being the podcaster. I had been wanting to put myself on the list before this, just, you know, as like a show of support, because they've been doing it for a few months, but I had so much going on. You guys know I like literally was traveling for a month and all this stuff like I had going on. I wasn't even able to do my normal YouTube content. But now things are like settled down, and I could put myself on the list and feel confident that I am capable of actually participating. And so maybe I will be coming up in that. I'll definitely let you guys know, obviously, if that happens. So that is one thing that I'm doing this month. And then there's another thing that I'm doing this month that is sort of along the same lines. It is with Craftably Ever After. If you guys have not checked her out, definitely make sure you check her out. It is Cassandra. I will have her linked in the description box as well. She is doing a thing called the Mix and Match Challenge 2024. It is so fun. So she had said for people to send in drawings of some sort of like animal or something that people would make. And the idea was kind of like, you know, like your kids or your grandkids or your, you know, like people that, you know, like more like children, but also you could send in a drawing or whatever. You guys have probably seen things sort of like that where people take like an interpretation of a child's drawing and turn it into crochet. I love those. I think that is such a fun thing. When my nephew was old enough, I've been like planning to do this basically since I learned how to crochet, that at some point when he is old enough to actually like draw a semblance of like a thing, you know, I'm gonna try to interpret it to crochet for him. So it could be like a monster, it could be an animal, it could be whatever his little imagination creates. Obviously, you have to be like semi able to draw at that point because otherwise it would just be scribbles. But it can be, you know, kind of just scribbles, but you know, also an animal or whatever, color it in, you know, whatever ways he does, and then I'll interpret into crochet. Well, she did something like that where she said, okay, you guys send in drawings and we'll vote. And we did a vote, and the one that was chosen is a white cat with a pair of overalls on and a mushroom hat on. I will link her down below. You should go check out the Mix and Match Challenge 2024 videos. If I can remember to, I will put like the specific video so you can actually go watch in case you want to participate. But definitely, at the very least, I'll have her channel linked. Definitely check that out. I'm so excited about it. That was actually the one I voted for. So the one I voted for was the one that ended up getting chosen, but it was hard to pick which one to vote for. There were several that I thought would be fun to do. But anyway, about it, I have started working on that. I've got it going right here, actually. Woo, I've got crochet hooks stuck in it. Crochet hook, and then another hook was sitting on top of it. So here's what I've got going currently. It is a anthropomorphized cat, by the way, like a bipedal cat standing on two legs, standing up like a person would. So here is the beginning of it. Basically, the idea is everybody is going to make their interpretation of it and send it into Cassandra, and it doesn't have a pattern required or provided, doesn't have yarn specifically required. It doesn't have any details other than your interpretation of it. So there are some things obviously that you're going to like, we're all gonna have the same looking, you know, style of cat, the same colors used. It's gonna wear overalls, it's gonna have the mushroom cap hat, or you know, whatever your interpretation is of it. But everybody can find their own patterns to use and customize, or freehand, or whatever, to come up with their design of like their interpretation. I am so in love with this concept. I think it is so fun. I can't wait to see what people come up with. Like, I'm excited to make my interpretation, but I think I'm even more excited to see everybody's interpretations, because it's just going to be so cool to see how different everybody runs with it. You know, different yarn sizes and styles and textures, like different materials, different shades of colors, because even, you know, if we're all making a red mushroom cap hat, there's so many shades of red. Everybody's going to have their own like styles that are coming into it, their own interpretations and shapes. So I think it is going to be so fun. I cannot wait to see it. But I have chosen to do a 3-weight white yarn and a 4-weight like fuzzy sparkly yarn for the body. So here's the 3-weight yarn I'm using, and it's like this is almost gone. Or not almost gone, but it's getting low. And then this fuzzy sparkly, it looks great for fur. I love this yarn so much. And then the yarn that I'm using for the 3-weight was actually this. So this was a clearance item I got at Hobby Lobby, the Sweet Minis yarn bee thingies. This is the Vanilla Sweet, I think. Yeah, Vanilla Sweet. And it came with like these little cakes. And I think that the shade was technically different for the whites. I think that this is like a white and this is more like a cream. But if I run out of that before I finish my cat, which I might, I'll probably just use the cream. I don't think it'll make a huge difference in the color just because I am double stranding it with this. And it is such a similar shade, but it'll keep it the same weight and everything, so I don't think it'll be a big deal. But I do have this part of the body done, working on the belly and, you know, working on the torso part, and then I already made the arms as well. So I've got my little arms, and then I do have, oh wait, this is for the other yarn. I was going to say, I do have this little ball of this. I have more of this yarn if I needed it, but I will definitely be good on that. So I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I already think it looks so cute. I'm excited to make it little overalls and hat and everything. It's just fun I love having like a vague guideline of something, but not like, don't tell me exactly what to do. I want to have just like, here's a few things that you have to do, and then go like do whatever you want with it. I love that kind of a guideline. So those are some things I'm working on this month. I'm going to be making well, 3 amigurumi technically. I'm gonna be making my gnome. I'm gonna be making the hooker versus hooker thing, and I'm gonna be doing the mix and match challenge 2024 thing. Psst, this is Nova from the future, and yes, you get to see my weird like naked face of not having glasses on. But I forgot to say a couple of things that I'm also planning on doing or hoping to do. Like I had mentioned, one thing that I wasn't sure if I'll be able to do, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time, but I'm hoping to be able to participate in the Year of the Impkins thing that's going on over on Mantha's Makes, and Obsessive Crochet Ladies, Sam and Amanda. They are doing a crochet along thing together for the Year of the Impkin. If you guys haven't seen that yet, you should definitely head over and check out their stuff. They are doing one every 2 months, so they've done one so far, and then there's one that's going to be finished at the end of this month. They're doing it in videos and via live streams. So the live streams that Sam does on her channel, when it comes time for the new one to be drawn or picked, they're doing voting. They'll pick like a few different options for if you haven't seen the Impkins book, just like they basically have arm options, leg options, body options, hat options, you know, mix and match kind of style. They're picking some and then they're putting it to a vote during the live, and everybody gets to pick. And so then it's like most popular vote picks the Impkin basically, and kind of picks the arms and picks the legs and picks the body, and then it's going to be all hodgepodge together, and that is going to be the Impkin. And then everybody has 2 months to make it, and they're going to make theirs, and you can send in pictures of yours if you would like to participate. And then they'll have, you know, like their big reveal showing what they made, and then they'll also share what you made on their channels, on like their community tabs and stuff like that. It's super fun. I love it so much. I do not have the Impkin book yet though, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get in on it this time, but I'm hoping to be able to get it on it this time. And then the other thing that I forgot to mention was Moo's Flower Power Cow. I have been participating in that every month for a while now. I think I might have missed 1 month, but I'm trying to keep up with it. It's been going on since last year sometime. But that is over on Crafty Moose Sarah's channel. I will link her as well in the description box. So we're just gonna have a whole party in the description box. But I will pop up a picture of the thing that I made for last month's. I had talked to you guys about the flower that I was making for it, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. And I never really like circled back and like told you guys what I did with it. I ended up putting it on a canvas, actually modifying a canvas I had done with a mandala on it that I always felt like it needed something in the middle, and I think it looks awesome. I like it a lot like that, but I'm going to be doing something floral for her hashtag Moo's Flower Power Cow that she is running over on her channel, so I highly recommend you check out her channel as well. But those are 2 things that I forgot, and I just had to pop in from the future to be like, go remind you guys or tell you guys. Of course, I'll be doing other stuff too, but these are kind of like the more structured things that I'm planning on doing. And then, of course, I made this hat, but those are like my April plans. So let me know down below what you guys are planning on doing for April. Do you guys have any like specific projects or things you're preparing for? Maybe you're like, oh, I need some like summer, I don't know, tops that I'm gonna want, you know, for the upcoming season, or maybe you're preparing for like a birthday or something. There is actually something I could use a little input on. If you guys have any fun suggestions for Spider-Man crochet patterns, feel free to either leave them in the comments below or email me or message me on Instagram if you want to like send me patterns that you guys have used or that you've seen that are cute. My nephew is getting his room redone currently, switching over from Coco Melon, because that was like his like baby themed room, over to Spider-Man, and so of course I have got to crochet him some Spider-Man. At the very least I got to do like an amigurumi Spider-Man, but I haven't looked into any patterns or anything yet. This is like a very new, like I just found out like yesterday that he's gonna be having, well, a couple days ago, that he's going to be having his new Spider-Man themed room and stuff. So I know I want to do something Spider-Man, but I don't know what yet. So if you guys have any patterns that you've seen that you would like to share with me, feel free. I would love that. That would be awesome. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you guys are doing good. Hopefully you enjoyed this little crochet and chat and finding out what the kind of gist of my April plans are. Of course, the biggest plan is I will be hanging out here with you guys in the cozy little corner of YouTube. So I hope to see you around. If this is your first time here here. Welcome to the cozy little corner of YouTube. The cozy little corner is more of a concept than a physical corner, but like also feel free to think of this as the physical corner for the cozy little corner of YouTube. But this is just a place where we can all come together and relax and check your worries in with the doorman on your way into the cozy little corner. You know, just a place to let the stress off of your shoulders, to take some deep breaths, to just chill, to get into like the crafty zone and hang out and like, I don't know. I hope that you feel comfy. I hope that you like it here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're not new here, of course, thank you so much for being here, my Gnome. I am so glad that you have come back and hang out with me, and we just have a good old time together. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video. But until then, I hope you guys stay safe and you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, guys.